Hey guys, Steven here, Fanatic Perspective. Very sad video, very sad evening. As many of you have heard, Erin Popovich, the wife of head coach Gregg Popovich, San Antonio Spurs, has passed away. Um, I believe they were married for over 40 years, and seemed like she had been ill for some time. But we've all learned of her passing. Obviously prayers up for Coach Pop. A lot of the NBA community is mourning as a whole. Many, fans, myself included, of the Spurs organization, fans of Gregg Popovich. Just, you always know behind a strong man is a strong woman. And 40 years of marriage really, it's hard to put in perspective. I haven't even been on this earth for 40 years, let alone being married to someone, your best friend, your spouse. I've been fortunate to be married for almost 3 years. Come December, I couldn't imagine, nor do I want to, but I can't even imagine what he's going through, what his family is going through. She leaves behind two children, I believe, either two or four grandchildren as well. So just for their family at this time, it's really tough. And as a fan of the organization, obviously with the Kawhi Leonard drama, and this has been a rough season. It just seems so small. It really does. Um, I've seen some people comment on it, and the response on social media has been very respectful from what I've seen. But it's just all that stuff seems so small in the game of life and whatnot. And just, those of you, as a sports fan, somebody that I root for, it's tough. It's tough to digest. For those of you who have loved ones, make sure you tell everybody you love them, each and every day. Tomorrow is certainly not promised. And again, I couldn't imagine being married to someone 40 years and having to say goodbye. So very, very tough. Obviously those of us who are watching the Cavs and Pacers game found out via Ernie Johnson as they kind of broke into the podcast, the broadcast and broke the news. And I thought Ernie was very very brief and appropriate. But one of the things that we noticed in the post game was LeBron was asked about it in his post game interview, and I know a lot of people are upset about why would they bring that up and whatnot. And I don't. From what I've seen on Twitter, I saw that LeBron was probably prepped on the question before they got on camera. And Kevin Durant was asked about it as well during their practice, and he was not prepped. And for those of you, the ESPN's posted that video on YouTube as well. He was, just completely caught off guard. And I agree with the folks that are upset about that. I don't want to see. I don't think that's for our consumption, just to see news like that broken to players on camera. I don't think it's necessary. I'm more than okay with any of the broadcasters or any of the TNT guys if they get, because that's their job, as reporters and as part of the media. But after LeBron's played a game, let him get to the locker room. Consult with his people and the team, and then they can decide how they want to answer those questions, whether he's at the podium or his locker. With the Kevin Durant thing, let him get to his phone and their team. Obviously, with them, the relationship that many of these players have in the league with Coach Pop, we don't know how connected many of them are. I saw Rudy Gay's comments about the relationship with Erin Popovich and his wife, and the bond that they formed since he's been in San Antonio. Many of these players the NBA community is very small and very, very close. So Steve Kerr, his son works for the organization. His family, their families are very, very closely tied together. I can understand asking the coach at the podium. That's totally appropriate. They've obviously been debriefed before they've gotten up there. But to ask the players or break the news to players during interviews. I don't find it appropriate, and I don't see whether it's ESPN or TNT or what they could get out of it. But that's all I'll say there. Obviously, the focus should be on remembering Erin Popovich, grieving and prayers and celebration of life for the entire Popovich family, and hopefully they can be at peace. So that's it. Just wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. Very sad time. Please send out your prayers and condolences, and you guys come back and check me out. We'll have some other videos and other content, but right now, just wanted to, like I said, share my thoughts. Thank you.